Hey, this is H1, and we're about to be running it back with another episode. And if you're trying to learn about chess knowledge, chess wisdom, chess understanding, subscribe, like, share. Oh, crap. Man, let's get to it. Okay, first of all, we got the game Maxime vachier-lagrave against Timur Radjabov. Hopefully that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I botched it up. I'm just H1. I'm just human. And this game was in 2021 at the Euro Opera Rapid tournament. It was this year. So let's pay attention and let's get into the minds of these grandmasters. And Maxime vachier-lagrave at this time was 2784 and Timur was 2765. So let's get into it. We got e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4. We're in a Sicilian defense open. Sicilian defense open. Let's continue. That's all I got. e5, knight b5, d6. We're going into a Kalashnikov? Whoa, you don't see this every day. c4, a Kalashnikov variation with c4. This is going to be heated. Let's see how this goes. Bishop e7, knight 1 c3, a6, knight a6, f5. Whoa! We're going into this variation. And I'm only acting like this because this is one of the openings that I play personally. And f5 is a dangerous variation. Let's see how this grandmaster Timur deals with this, because I'm going to be learning while I'm speaking with y'all, because I haven't seen this game until now. Shoot. E takes f5, bishop takes f5, knight c2, knight f6, bishop. I'm sorry, knight, for disrespecting your name. One day y'all just going to be like H1. We're coming for you. We've been tired of your disrespect, of your disloyalty, and of all those losses. All those losses that you don't want them to know about on League Chess. Hey, calm down. Nah, I'm not calming down. Bishop e6 attacking the c4 pawn. And these knights are definitely going to be jumping into the square maybe one day. g3. Oh, we're going this direction. We're going to be kettling. Castle kingside. Bishop g2. Queen d7. Knight c d5. Rook a e8. Kingside castle. Bishop d8. b3. Bishop h3. Getting rid of this kettle bishop. Bishop b2. Bishop takes g2. King takes g2. Knight e7. Knight takes f6, rook takes f6, rook c1, queen c6, knight d5, bishop b6. This position is pretty strange. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty strange. Usually when I have a chance like this to take, let me just show y'all. Usually when I have a chance to take this knight, I usually take it, because these positions, just from experience, are always good for black. And even if they capture with the queen and I capture back, then I don't have this backwards pawn anymore. But I'm feeling that black was trying to go for a 1 in this position, and bishop b6 is definitely a good move too, to not consolidate and to leave the pieces on the board and just keep all the pressure, the tension, and make sure that you're overwhelming your opponent, to make sure that they're pressured just a little bit, just enough to make a mistake. f4, big move, open up the position. Kind of weird since, not this piece, all of black's pieces are ready to strike, and this pawn was the only thing that was getting in the way. Bishop d4. Bishop takes d4. Knight takes d4. C takes d4, queen takes d4, check. Those in-between moves, gotta watch out. Queen f3, queen takes f3, king takes f3, e takes d4. And this is the endgame position. We got the rook endgame. Let's see how grandmasters finesse this, even though that this position is completely equal. But somebody could always mess up. Even though that they're 2700, somebody could always slip up this advantage. And black consolidated it easily with no effort. White must be in pain right now. Rook fd1. Rook e3, check, getting that rook active. King f2, rook fe6, rook takes d4. That pawn didn't mean anything. Let me just tell you, that pawn did not mean anything. It was a double isolated pawn. I couldn't think of the other words for some reason. Double isolated pawns, usually the pawn in front goes, and then the pawn behind flows. Rook e2, check. King f3, rook takes h2, a4, h5, f5, rook e5, g4, h takes g4, king takes g3, rook b2, behind pawns, guys. Go behind these pawns. That's the best place for the rook to head to. Rook takes d6, rook takes f5. Black is up 2 pawns right now. Should white be worried? I don't know. Black is kind of getting their way. Tamar is doing a good job. He consolidated the middle game easily and then have a winning advantage. Basically, black is the only person that can win in this advantage. In case black mess up. I don't know. We'll see. King takes g4, rook b f2. This king is looking kind of sketch. Rook c8, check. King h7, rook c4, b5, a takes b5, rook takes b5. Attacking this pawn. Oh, that is not a pawn. That's a bad arrow. That's what that is. Attacking this pawn on b3. King g3, rook f6, rook takes f6, g takes f6, b4. a5, b takes a5, rook takes a5. This should be a draw, theoretically, but let's just keep on going. This might not be a draw. It might be a win for somebody. I don't know. Rook h4, check. King g6, rook g4, check. Rook g5, rook takes g5. That's bad. What's the correct move though? If rook takes g5 is bad, what's the correct move? Because this is definitely not the correct move. It gives black opposition. Losing. I'm thinking that this might be the move to draw. But this is bad. White messed up at the end. 2700s with a mess up like that. No. You wasn't supposed to lose like that, Maxime. Tamar, good job. You beat him down. And I knew the opening, so I'm kind of proud of myself for knowing some of the ideas, but still, you didn't have to do them like that, man. Calm down with your chess knowledge. Calm it down.
It's no turning back, pressing on toward the vision. Yeah, I see where we was, and I see where we going. It's no turning back, pressing on toward the vision. Yeah, man, we choosing to get up and keep it moving. It's